we are at in the city. It's our live round table. I'm Steve Lamacq. Well, here with Six Music, and we were doing our weekly round table reviews programme here with an esteemed panel from Manchester, John Robb, obviously, and Peter Hook and Guy Garvey, and it was just brilliant to be able to get all these people together. We wouldn't have been able to do this in London, so we had to come here to do it.
It kind of makes sense because a lot of the bands that play here are the kind of bands that they sort of play on Six Music, aren't they? It's kind of indie and it sort of fits together. And it's a great idea actually doing this, wasn't it? And doing it in front of a live audience is really good as well. No, I noticed that at first place, but they weren't having that, were they? We had to pretend it was round. It was like an oblong table, wasn't it?
If you look at what we try to achieve in today's programme, and what we're doing, myself and Tom Robinson, who's coming up here, and Mark Riley, who's obviously based here, it's got new music and it's got a real sense of heritage. I mean, we've been talking about some new music to some of the people who are legends in this in the city, and I think that's what Six Music is. It's the great and the good, the bands that we grew up with, or the bands who've influenced bands around here now, and new bands. We've got Dutch Uncles coming on the programme tomorrow, and this group called Young British Artists, whose demo is one of the best demos I've had this year. So we're basically straddling all these eras of rock, really, and I think Manchester is a brilliant place to do that. And in the cities, I mean, it's obviously at the centre of, I guess, a lot of the music that we play on an annual basis.
It's good though when having all the people there. I like the bit where the people got to vote as well. That was kind of cool.
That cooking show, isn't it? It's a different host though.
I do hate to say that is where we ripped the idea from. We were talking the other day, somebody came up with the idea that I should go on Come Dine With Me.
Just give people crisps.
Well, obviously you do some sort of cheese nibbles for starters, steak crisps for the main course, and then something sweeter for the dessert. Bit of chocolate in a bowl.
I'm Simon from Centric Music. This panel is called The Untapped Goldmine, what money you can make from publishing.
Well, the word publishing is quite misleading, so obviously it stemmed from back in the day. The way you make money from music publishing would be producing sheet music and then selling it, so you'd be publishing music and then selling it, which still happens, and you do probably still make money from that, but it's a very, very small amount of royalties these days.
My name's Caroline Ellery. I'm from Universal Music Publishing, mainly scouting out new talent, new songwriters, and looking after existing repertoire that we have at Universal Music.
My name is Simon Aldridge. I was a writer in the 80s and a member of a band. We put out 3 albums, then I went into A&R. 1990 I started at ZTT Records. I worked in record labels right up till 2000, so Columbia Records and ZTT Records. Then I went to Windswept Music Publishing, and then I went to Sony ATV Music Publishing, all doing A&R all the way through. And now I'm at BMI, which is the US Performing Rights Organisation. When is a song a song? When is it copyrighted? When is it protected? And the idea of trying to perhaps isolate the key points for the people here in this room.
Well, this is quite different from the last 4 or 5 years I've been here. It seems to be a lot more 2 separate places, educational and more industry, and I think it needed a shake up, and I think they've done quite a good job. I've quite enjoyed it so far this year. Definitely the strongest year on the music side of things it has been for a long time. It's good.
What's going on right now is we're currently writing a song for to be basically a rock charity single, which is going to be on rock radio. And these 2 lads with me have won a competition to come up and write the song with us as a collective.
The way that they found the music wasn't necessarily the demos that were handed in. It wasn't anything to do with musicianship or performance. It was all down to the songs.
We're working very hard at trying to come up with the best song, and I think it's going well so far.
As you can see, the table's full of
perfect
working
songwriting
hard.
tools.
This is all we need to write a hit record.
Yeah.
The Girls magazine.
Yeah. Girls magazine with the key line of the chorus on it.
Yeah, we found the chorus just from this line. So basically we've all been split into groups, and we're all trying to write this charity single, and we're going to be performing it later on.
I was marketing director at Manchester United for 6 years, and before that I was marketing director at Umbro Sportswear, so I've seen a few sports shoes here.
Exclusively JD Sports, haven't
Not in that colour, they're not exclusive, but here you go.
I'm Pete Draper. I'm a member of the senior management at Creative Artists Sports Division, CAA Sport, based out of London. And the panel was trying to compare and contrast, I guess, and learn from each other what music can learn from sport.
I mean, we have a very clear definition in music where you have the manager who looks after the 360 degree of the artist's career, and you have the agent that purely books the live dates. Whereas this is the sports agent effectively the manager as well?
I think the comparison really between music and sport is how people are looked after, really, the sort of creative talent, the different ways in which creative talent. Clearly in football it's significantly different to music.
I think if you can manage holistically, you can help the individual, the client, the artiste, the talent, call it what you will, far more than you can with a fragmented approach, and that's got to be better for everybody.
I'm not sure we were that definitive when we've been talking about it, but hopefully some of the things that we've been doing in sport for quite a while, some of the issues, particularly around some of the commercial opportunities, might be things that music folks can take notice of. You know, I've done youth culture stuff in the past and learnings from sport in that space, but this is a bit different. And, I was unaware actually, even though I'm based in Manchester, to say it's coming up for its 20th anniversary next year, so I'm pretty excited by being involved in this. It's very different and nice to be involved, yeah.
Kind of mix of sounds and how would you kind of describe like the things that go into making music?
Yeah, it all started off with us three making music together in London. We just met Graham, we were playing a lot, having a wicked time, but slightly struggling for like a sound that we all wanted to do. And then our friend Laura came back from the Basque country where she'd just been given a bunch of belongings by her grandfather who just died, and one of the things was an opera, an unfinished opera, which she became really interested in. It's all about Basque mythology and Basque instrumentation, so we got really interested in that thing and started writing music based on this book and all the research we were doing on Basque music.
Besides the instruments they play, there's just a level of mystery and like this eerie like vibe. Their melodies and the traditional waltzes and stuff like that. It's like it's all very, I'd say, intriguing, unique, and unique. Yeah.
We try and combine our music, like I know, like the a fast energy combined with the old Basque thing, and try and bring that into some sort of modern music tradition, incorporating sort of our more modern influences like rock music, metal music, dance music, you know, whatever that is surrounding us. So it's many things, but it's like fast, passionate.
What was the kind of industry's reaction to people who were here last year too? Did you get offers and people contacting you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like a few people who, you know, we now work with now probably saw, you know, that this in the city last year was one of the gigs that they saw. It's a great festival for, you know, new talent and to get picked up and to actually get things moving. It's a really good opportunity for all the people in the UK industry to see what you're doing and stuff. So it proved invaluable to us last year, and hope the same again this year.
I'm Kevin Mott and I'm one of the panel coordinators in the city this year, putting together all the daytime content in the main conference, and have coordinated the Inner City Hive that's happened for the first time this year in the city. It's panels, workshops and sessions that are more engaging on an educational level with young people at grassroots entry level into the music industry. It's been a refreshing change, I think is the right phrase to use. We were down at the Midland and on Peach Street for quite a few years. As with all things, everything needs a bit of change, and in the city needed a bit of change this year, and we decided to move it up to Piccadilly. It's a great area, it's great hotels that we're using, City and Malmaison, the abode, the place, and it's right on the doorstep of the Northern Quarter. So all the gigs are over there, makes venue hopping so much easier in the cold Manchester weather in October.
I've been coming in the city for a long time. I was the first, well, I came to everyone from number 1. I remember sitting there and watching Malcolm McLaren, I nearly fell off my chair. You know, the guy who managed Led Zeppelin, that was a fantastic one, fantastic interviews. There's been some wonderful, wonderful moments. Brian Eno, you know, there's so many. I leave it to the kids now. You don't want old farts like me wandering around, are they getting in the way? I'm an unsigned band, you know, so it's, I'm in the same position as all these people. So I learn a lot from doing it as well. So I don't know, I enjoy in the city. I think it's one of the things that Manchester should be proud of.
Are we ready? And all the